which he co-founded in 2020 during COVID-19 pandemic and has since been growing from strength to strength. Now, for the purposes of this session, Suez, I would like to focus on this tech venture that you launched, versus we saw you move from being a creator within a system to building systems of your own through technology. So maybe just start things off. Can you talk about what did technology make possible for you within that the traditional industry didn't, and how did that change the way you think about operating in this space?
First of all, how's everybody doing? Hello. I'd like to say hi to the people that we're speaking with first instead we get into it. So, good afternoon. I'm happy to be here in Doha. So, your question is how technology helped my platform. During COVID, me and my partner Timberland created an online live performance platform called Versus. And at the time, the people needed to feel some good energy because the world was going, nobody knew what the options and the solution would be during COVID. And we said instead of adding to the negativity and the fear and the doubt, let's add the good feeling through music. And then we used Instagram as a platform to bring millions of people together with two artists going back to back with their hits. Today is still the #1 streaming platform for performing artists live. And since then, we're now with Apple Music, so we're on Apple. We own the company, we bought the company back, so we own the company again. And technology played a big part because this idea was in 2006, but it took the technology in 2020, it's many years now, 2022, to make people really understand what the platform was. And it was the technology that helped us tremendously.
So when we talk about, again, enabling culture through technology, this is something you've talked about quite a lot. You've said that culture is not something you can build, you can build, not just express. In a world of technology, in a digital world, what does it mean to treat culture like infrastructure as opposed to just content?
I mean, culture is something that you definitely can build. You have to create an ecosystem. Everyone that's doing something, I tell them, what's your ecosystem? What's your mission statement? How are you going to execute? Because there's a lot of ideas that people have, but the execution of that plan is key. It's important, and it's the reason why I went back to school in my late 30s. Because the world is changing every day, and we must always be students of our craft. We must always be open for information. The day that you stop learning is the day that you stop living, right? And so build your team around you that have strength. You shouldn't be the smartest person on your team.
Never.
Right? And you should always have people that can inspire you, people that have been through things, that can teach you the right way to help you get ahead. Sometimes the mistakes are good as well, because life is not perfect, right? And when things come so easy, you don't really respect them anymore, right? So I always accept the hard parts, and I accept the celebrations also. But my team around me and my ecosystem, they help me also. And it's an even exchange. And I tell everyone, traveling has been the biggest thing. To learn other people's cultures, to learn what's going on outside of your world. Because everyone likes to move in silos. But the way to do real business is to be open-minded, global-minded, and thoughtful of other people's cultures and how other people are doing business around the world. So that was another part of the ecosystem as well.
So, you spoke about learning about other cultures. I do want to bring about where we are right now in Qatar and in the Middle East in general. You have been spending a lot of time here in our region, speaking about just your projects, like the Creative 100 project here with Qatar Airways. You had a camp recently called Saudi Bronx. You actually also built the world's first ever skating rink in the desert in Alula in Saudi Arabia. So my first question is, Take me through your relationship with this region. What does it mean to you? What does it matter? And how do you see the region developing, rising based on what you've done?
Well, I've been a fan of the region since my grandfather went to Mecca in '78. And I remember seeing the pictures of my grandfather who gave Muhammad Ali a shahada. And I was like, man, this is a beautiful place. And I would always have Arabic music playing in the house. My grandfather, Imam Shamsuddin, he left us this year, but he lived a great life. And alhamdulillah, he lived a great life. But this place is very special. And I've been telling people this since '06, how special the region is and going to be in the future. And for me, I'm here as a student. You know, a lot of people come to the region trying to take something. I want to bring something, which is why I have my camel team, Saudi Bronx, which is why I have my Falcon team, which is why I put a skating ring in the room that's free for everyone to go to. Because, you know, we have to change the way people think when they come to this side of the world. You know, people have to come here with good energy and also be a student. You know, you can learn a lot from different places. You know, you can learn something different in Qatar than you can learn in Abu Dhabi. You can learn something in Saudi. You can learn something in Bahrain. Like there's so many different opportunities, but you have to be open-minded to, and you have to take the time and have the patience to understand what's happening. And so I fell in love with it a long time ago. A lot of people used to be upset that I was coming to this part of the world because they was only paying attention to propaganda, but they wasn't paying attention to the real people, right? I got to be on the ground and I got to meet the real people, and that's what I fell in love with in the region. I fell in love with the real people.
I think we should give a round of applause just for that statement. So I want to take a step back again, going back to our session's topic and, you know, what you talked about, you know, keeping yourself open to whatever is around you. And again, I want to bring it back to technology, and we cannot speak about technology today without bringing up artificial intelligence. So AI is something that is, you know, affecting the world around us, is definitely affecting the world of creativity, the world of art. Can you talk about, like, again, what's your relationship with it, and how do you see it affecting how we go about, you know, work in the space?
I'm from the South Bronx. I'm not scared of too much.
Yes.
You know, the AI conversation is a very interesting conversation. Depends on which side you're looking at the conversation with AI. For me, in music, I think that all artists should retain the rights of their songs. I think that all artists should be paid for anything that's used with their likeness across the board. Not just music, but just creativity, period. The artist should be compensated for everything. And the Dean Collection and my friend, we fight for this, and we believe in this. Anything can be misused. A car can be misused. Right? Of course, AI can be misused, but it's the people that's driving the car has to be responsible. We, as the consumers, have to be responsible with these tools. Right? And if you're not responsible, then bad things are going to happen. So all we can hope is that people do the right thing. Because that's what the world is. You're a good person or you're a bad person. That's it. And I feel that AI can help a lot of things if it's used the right way. And it can destroy a lot of things if it's used the wrong way. But that's not just AI. It starts with us as people first. Right? So the choice is up to us, actually, to do the right thing with AI or anything else in life, period. So that's how I feel about it.
How would you talk about AI with respect to creatives and artists specifically? Like, what is your, you know, take on the situation? Are they, you know, using it too much? Are they ignoring it too much? Where's your situation on that?
It's a new toy.
Yeah.
People are playing with it. You know, it's just like when the cell phones came out. I remember somebody saying, you know, everyone's going to have a cell phone in their pocket like a piece of paper. And at that time, I was like, now, when the first cell phone first came out, it's like people were scared of privacy, people were scared of this. It didn't stop everybody. Everybody in here have a phone right now today. You know, people like change, but it's hard to accept change. You know, the world must move on, but it has to be driven by people that have the interests of the people. You know, so we say by the artists, for the artists, with the people. And so that's our model of how we use the things. And I think in the tech world, there has to be some responsibility that's being accountable. You know, the thing is that they're putting these powerful weapons and need them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a different dynamic for sure.
So let's talk to the creators in the room, I think. I mean, many of them, I'm sure, look at you as someone whose career they would like to emulate. There was, you know, follow in your footsteps, so to speak. So maybe again, talking about how technology has enabled you to do new things. Can you talk to that, to the creators in the room? Like, what do you think they should be doing to build a career that makes sense, not just as a viral hit, but, you know, something that goes long term? We can think about it in a longevity aspect.
Are there any creators in the room? Raise your hands.
Yeah, see you raise your hands.
Okay. Everybody's a creator.
Yeah, look, there are people like waving from all over there. Yeah.
No, but seriously, everybody is a creator.
Yeah.
You know, and so I feel that if you're a creative, which we're born to be creatives, we just have to find our power, we have to find our talent, and we have to find our passion. And I feel that the best thing you can do to get yourself out in the world in a serious way is to be original. It's easy to copy and paste something. But when
I-career mo
you
ng
have that
TikTok.
feeling of something that you've never seen before, or you never heard before, it just hits different. And you want to be on that side of the fence when somebody discovers you, say, you know what, I need this immediately. Or I need to meet this person immediately because they did something that I've never seen before. You never really hear people say, oh, this sounds like this. That's not the place you want to be. You want to be in the place of originality, and then you want to be in a place where you can own your IP. You know, this is the key thing, to own your IP, because as creatives, the business people already know how to use the creatives.
Tony.
Now the creatives have to understand how to use the business people. Right? And then you
Ito mo
bring
na
those
lang.
worlds together. As an artist, it's the art business, the fashion business, the music business. But we always leave the business part out. The business part is the most important thing that we must understand as creatives in order to grow, in order to be respected, in order to move forward. And so I would tell every creative to know everything about your passion. Whatever your passion is, you should be able to answer that question. Any question somebody asks you about your business, you should be able to give them an intelligent answer. Because when people ask you questions, they really want to know if they can take advantage of you or not sometimes. Right? They want to see how smart you are. Because you might have a big record, you might have a great fashion line, you might have a great product, but the other side want to know how smart you really are on the business side, because then they can have 10 million for you or 100 million. That one conversation, if you don't answer it right, it can be 5 million. But they were prepared to give you 100 million. But they knew that you didn't know what you was talking about. They knew that you didn't invest your time and your education into the business. So you never even knew about the 100 million. You know, right? And so I think education is the key. Originality is the key. And being humble also. Right? Because there's a lot of people that have great business that people will not do business with because they can't control themselves. You know, we have to be humble and stay humble.
So again, I'm talking to the pages in the room, the people who are young out there.
Ganun
There
ang advice
are
mo,
like
no?
any do's and don'ts. You have already done some do's, I think. So yeah, maybe some don'ts for them. What would those be? Especially in the era we are living in right now, where everyone is looking for a shortcut to success in 3 hours. So yeah, curious to hear what your don'ts are.
So the don'ts.
Yeah.
Okay. We pick some. There's a lot of don'ts, by the way. Don't give your creativity away for free. You know. And once again, this goes back to the education part, because you're bigger than who you might think you are. Another person might see you as a super giant, and you might see yourself as a small person. You have to be equipped at all times, because if Steve, if one of the big guys walked in this room right now and said, you know, I want to buy your company, you're already like, wow, this person is worth $500 billion or whatever the number is. You shouldn't be fazed by what the person is worth. You should know the strategy. If this person approached me with this, you know the evaluation of the company, you know the importance of your time, and you know why that person needs what you have, right? And as creators, we're programmed just to go. Slow down sometimes. Tell someone, give me 24 hours or 48 hours. Because if that idea is good today, it should be good in 48 hours as well. Take 24 to 48 hours to digest the situation, to digest the plan. Then come back and tell that person, no matter how big they are, what you want that represents you. So you can go to sleep better at night and say, you know what? They said no, but I stood up for myself. You know, we can't let money change all of the hard work that you put in, change your character, because that's going to come and go. You have to keep your integrity, and you have to do good business, but you have to be equipped for it as well.
Can I quickly ask you like follow-up questions to that? It's like, how did you come to this realization for yourself? What were the lessons you learned, or how did you come to, you know, realize this is something that you need to do? You need to be both creative and, you know, commercial, if you want to say.
Well, I had my, I was blessed to be successful at 17. My family owned a record label called Rough Riders, where we had DMX and we had everybody. And I never did music for money. I never even knew I could make money in music. My first checks I thought were fake. Right? Like seriously, they were fake checks. Because when I came from the Bronx, they used to mail checks. Oh, you won $1 million, oh, you won this, publishing plan. So I thought these were fake checks. So I go to ASCAP, where they collect your royalties. It's a rainy day, 2 buses, 1 train. I go there, and the lady who never speaks to me says, oh, Swiss, how are you doing, man? How does it feel? Why she has this energy? She said, how does it feel to be rich? I was like, I'm not rich. I just took 2 trains, a bus, it's raining. What do you mean I'm rich? And she says, no, I'm the one that sent you the checks. I said, those are real? She said, yes. So I had $700,000 in the shoebox for like 5 months. I'm eating ramen. I'm like, you know, like, and I just didn't understand that the business at that time because, you know, I wasn't equipped. So from there, you get the money, now you get new friends, new responsibilities, new headaches, new everything. They all come together. And so I went through so many things that at a young age that I'm so happy that I'm equipped to tell the world these particular stories. And the thing that I would say the most was standing up for yourself and having the confidence. The thing that I work hard, the hardest for, is to say no. The best thing you can do in life is work hard to say no. The power in the word no is serious. It's the most powerful word in the world. Is no. Once I learned that, everybody started saying yes for some reason.
Thank you so much, Phil. I think that's the best lesson we can get from this session. Yeah, that's all I have to say. No, a little bit more and, you know, bring on to the others. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. And yeah, wish you a great rest of the night. Thank you.